Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. Caught a little bit of Greta Van Susteren, and she was talking about the Supreme Court, and we anticipate them making a decision, a ruling, on the viability of Obamacare. Now, what bothered me was she didn't really explain the issue. All she said is that the Supreme Court's going to make a decision, quote unquote, it can go either way. Now, if the Supreme Court rules that the states that did not open up their own exchanges can no longer have their citizens receive subsidies, around 8 million people will lose their insurance. And then she showed a little clip of Sylvia Bodwell, who is the head of the Human Health and Resources, and Sylvia was asked if they had a plan, and she said, no, we don't have a plan. And then what was said by Van Susteren is the Republicans have somewhat of a plan, but they're doing a lot of infighting and they don't know what they want to try to do to solve the problem. As I have said in numerous videos, if the Supreme Court follows the law as it's written, Obamacare will sink below the waves of tyranny. And the reason that is because the law was written specifically to force states to open up their own exchanges. Otherwise, they would deprive their citizens of the subsidies. 37 states chose not to open up their own exchanges. That's where the 8 million people that will lose their insurance come into play. And as I said in a couple of other videos, I've probably made, 100 videos on Obamacare. But in one of them that I made recently, actually a number of them that I made recently, I said that the insurance companies should be forced to provide insurance for those 8 million people that lose their insurance because they're no longer going to be eligible for the subsidies until another program can be brought into place. The people that won't lose their insurance still really don't even have insurance. Obamacare is a complete joke. And I've said this countless times. The co-pays are unrealistic. The deductibles are unrealistic. People that can't afford insurance and need the subsidies can't afford the co-pays. They don't get subsidies for co-pays. You don't get subsidies for the deductibles. And the deductibles are totally ridiculous. It isn't insurance. It's just a big scam to force people into single payer. So, again, if the Supreme Court goes ahead and maintains that states can continue to receive subsidies, then they've proven to be a corrupt arm of the dysfunctional criminal administration run by Barack Hussein Obama. And again, I would have thought that Greta should have explained what was really going on, as I've tried to do in this video and in other videos as well. Obamacare was never designed to work. It doesn't work. There's no accountability in the back end. It was designed to shoehorn people into single payer. And that's what's next if this thing survives. And if it survives, you know you don't have an honest Supreme Court. You've got a Supreme Court that bends with the wind. What they'll probably say is that because if we follow the letter of the law, 8 million people will lose their insurance. We can't allow that to happen. So the mandates will be that they can continue to receive subsidies. That's probably what they'll do. And I've said that in previous videos as well. If that's what they do, they're a corrupt extension of Obama's criminal dysfunctional administration. I don't want to see 8 million people lose their insurance. I want to see insurance companies held accountable until a new program can be put in place. And why can't we go back to the old program that we had and just make a couple of modifications? Putting pre-existing conditions on for people that have AIDS. Anyway, I don't want to go there. The whole thing's just totally insane. I've said enough. We'll see what the Supreme Court does. But I told you what I think they'll do. And I told you why I think they'll do what I think they'll do.